Hi guys, today I'm going to walk you through how you can contribute to the flood mapping efforts organized by Kathmandu Living Labs. To get started, go to Google Chrome and type the following URL: tasks.klldev.org. So this opens the OSM Nepal's Tasking Manager, which is nothing but a separate instance of the Humanitarian OpenStreetMap team's Tasking Manager. So I'm just gonna wait. Okay, yeah, it's loaded. Once you're there, what I need you to do is log in. So for this, you don't really need to create a new account. What you can do is just log in using your OpenStreetMap credentials. If you don't already have an OpenStreetMap credential, you can always sign up. It's always going to be useful for future as well. So let me just quickly log in. So it'll ask me to authorize access to the Tasking Manager Nepal instance. So I'm just going to grant access. All right. Looks like we're logged in. Now what I want you to do is go to the Contribute tab. Once you're there, you can see a list of mapping tasks that need your urgent attention. It says priority urgent. So I'm just going to click on any one of these mapping tasks. In the future, if you can't find them, you can always use the search button and look for the flood mapping task. But for now, since it's already there, I'm just going to go ahead and click on one of them. Just going to click, yeah. This should lead you to the Tasking Manager's task detail page. It's a little slow, my internet right now, so I'm just going to quickly hit refresh. Oh, okay, it's loaded, but I'm just going to click refresh anyway. Yeah, so now it says that this is flood mapping South Nepal and North India part 3. There's a lot of different tasks, but right now I chose this one. Once you scroll down, you can see the region which you're supposed to map using a map, which is placed on a map. It's kind of funny, but so you see that there's a lot of different polygons here. I can just click on any one of these polygons to get started. So once I click on a polygon, it will tell me to start mapping, and you can see that now this has been it also shows the history. I recently locked it for mapping and unlocked it for making this video, so I'm going to start mapping all over again. So you can choose from a couple of different editors. Right now I'm going to go with a simple editor which is known as ID editor, but I highly recommend you try out JOSM, which is an application that resides which is available for Mac or Windows. ID editor is free, and then you can also use it online, so I'm going to just start that. This will lead me to the OpenStreetMap.org's edit page. Okay, now that we are here, you can see the polygon is now highlighted. What this means is you can only edit a map inside this area. I mean, you can edit it outside, but it's highly encouraged that you don't do so. So it asks me to zoom in to edit, so I'm just going to click on this button over here and zoom in a little. Okay, now I can see a lot of different buildings in the region and nothing has been mapped. It's very exciting. So I'm going to go ahead and start right away and start mapping. So what does mapping mean? Mapping basically means adding rectangles on top of buildings or making lines on top of these roads. So now what you're doing is you're converting a raster image, which is basically an image file, into a vector file, which can then be processed. We can count the number of rectangles in a particular region and identify the number of buildings that are there. So let me just get started. So the idea here is to add a rectangle. Let me just zoom in a little more. So you can see that the more you zoom in, you can get closer to the building, but the image gets blurry because it's a satellite image. So the next thing that I'm going to do is click on the area button over here, since I'm adding a building. So if you want to add roads, you can click on line, but since I'm adding a building, I'm going to click on area. Once I do that, what I'll do is I'll start by clicking on one of the endpoints of the building, like this. Then I'm gonna keep adding points on different points or different endpoints of the building. So I'm just gonna have to make a rectangle basically. Okay, now my rectangle is done, but you can see that I can still move around. So to get rid of that, what I'll do is I'll go to the point that I first made and then click on that again. Okay, now this rectangle has been made. The next thing that I'm gonna do is mark it as a building. So it's important that once you create a rectangle, you let OpenStreetMap know that this rectangle represents a building, because there can be many rectangles representing many different things. For example, stadiums, hospitals, things like that. Since we're only mapping buildings, I'm just going to click on this building over here. Or actually, what I'll do is I'm going to search for building because sometimes the building won't appear uh, like it did in mine. So once I do that, you can see that now there's a new tag added. This is known as OpenStreetMap tags, and it says building equal to yes. That means this rectangle is now tagged as a building. Once I'm done with this, I'm just going to click on this tick mark over here, and now this should be a building. See, now if I click on the rectangle again, it says that building equal to yes. Okay, now that I'm done, so you can keep adding more buildings like this, and then the more you contribute, the richer the map is gonna get. But for the purposes of this video, I'm gonna just upload all of my changes. Right now, I just have one change. I just added a building, but I'm gonna click on this video. I click on this button, sorry, and then so it's gonna ask me for any comments that I have. So it's advised that you add some comments to let other users know what it is that you map. So right now I've added the tasking manager already automatically creates some of the hashtags. I added this one called first time mapping. I think I'm gonna remove it, and then I'm gonna say added building in northern Bihar. Once that's done, I would also like for someone to review my edits, and I'm gonna click on upload. So it's gonna upload my changes. And then once that's done, you can see that now you just edited OpenStreetMap. Thank you for improving the map around VR. So this is what I like mapping for. It makes me feel good that the map for some place which is far away from me is updated, and because of this, people can use this data for better good later. That's it for the video. I hope you liked it. If there are any questions, please make sure that to leave comments below. Thank you so much.